Spring on the Oregon coast, an area that's already somewhat untamed and unpredictable. While you're probably thinking spring break is the big attraction, the truth is the place is a lot more interesting and unruly in this season than you'd imagine. Some on the coast refer to it as the secret season, as there's so much more going on than people realize, and yet few tourists hit the beaches during this time other than spring break. So to begin with, there's less people, so you've got the beaches to yourself, and then lodging prices are still incredibly low in most hotels or motels. In April, and even in March, you get an interesting mix of weather, which alternates like crazy between stormy conditions and sunny, often within a half hour of each other. This sequence was taken only 24 hours apart to illustrate what a difference a day makes.
Okay, so here am I on the top of Cape Foulweather. Earlier I was in Depot Bay, probably just like 10 minutes ago. It's been getting chillier, much chillier than it was yesterday. It's probably in the 50s in Depot Bay, maybe, yeah, 50s, lower 50s. It's probably just under 50 degrees and wind chills of like probably 30 miles an hour over there at the headland. What a difference a day makes.
Before the spring breaks start, early March is often when you'll still find really low sand levels, which can reveal some real freaky stuff, like the various ghost forests, which are remnants of trees anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 years old. They'll show up around Arch Cape, Seal Rock, the north end of Newport, and here at Nescowan. Less commonly seen are those at Pacific City, Cape Lookout, and Hug Point near Cannon Beach, plus a handful at Rockaway Beach.
Another little-known secret is that Japanese glass floats, now quite rare, will still show up periodically after the storms of February and March, but you have to know what to look for. It's quite an art. These crazed weather conditions include other oddities, like wild sea foam that gets all nutty, and sometimes does wacky things like fly across the highway, looking like chunks of snow. March and April are also typically great for whale watching, although you're going to need calmer conditions to see them. Especially startling is the yearly occurrence of orcas along with the migrating gray whales. The killer whales usually hang out on the central coast from mid-April through to the end of May, but it's rare to see them, really hit and miss. Grays are really common, however. Maybe it's the schizophrenic weather of the season, no one really knows. But all those alternating weather conditions seem to make for far more incredible sunsets. You get quite a mix of fat, puffy clouds with lots of space between them, making sunlight bounce and bend in unusual ways off these things, as well as through the thick, damp atmosphere. All this seems to create more surreal sunsets than any other time of year. The storms and west winds of April and May can cause other interesting stuff to wash up, along with the possibility of floats. One of these is the striking Velella velella, or purple sails. They're a form of jellyfish, and west winds in the spring, like May and June, can cause them to wash up in enormous numbers, covering the beaches. Unfortunately, they wind up rotting in a day or two, especially in the warmer rays of June, and you get some pretty stinky beaches for a few days. Now, as May kicks in, unbeknownst to most, you get more and more really nice days on the coast, often nicer than June. You still get chilly weather, some brisk winds a lot, but those crazed, alternating conditions and storms of April die off to something a little lovelier. Things can really warm up in May. It's not all cold and rain, as many would have you believe. Then, starting in May, you begin to get a lot of molting seals and baby seals showing up. Yes, the babies are exceptionally cute, and the molting seals, with their sores and sad looks, are heart-wrenching, but the last thing you should do is interfere. Baby seals always have a mother nearby, so you should stay away. You don't want to scare her away. Molting seals are on the beach for a reason, to keep dry and to chill out with their nasty but temporary skin conditions. Leave them alone, too. Also in May and June, you often get the lowest minus tide events of the whole year. These can be insanely cool, letting you see all sorts of amazing stuff. Keep a lookout for the tide tables. That's why they call it the secret season on the Oregon coast. There's lots of stuff you didn't know about. This is Andre from BeachConnection.net. I'll see you on the net and the beach. BeachConnection.net, that is.